Gabriel Jesus is back. You can see here from the 6th of December where he just underwent his operation to fix the ligament damage in his knee, to the 1st of February where he's back on the field of play training, getting ready to return for Arsenal Football Club. And I'm going to pull out the old cliche because I think in this example, it's true. This is going to feel like a new signing for Arsenal in the context of their season. They've actually been brilliant without him. Most people, most pundits, most rivals, even a percentage of Arsenal fans expected a drop-off in performance, a decrease in intensity, for there to be less dynamism, less pressing in games, and therefore less points accumulated. And Arsenal have been nothing short of sensational since the return of the World Cup without Gabriel Jesus. Now that he's back training, that fear will be sent right through that Manchester City dressing room. No one quite knows yet exactly when he's going to be fit enough to return. That remains to be seen. But 2 months have gone pretty quickly since the injury. 2 months have actually flown by. And the initial diagnosis was always saying between 2 to 3 months. But you could tell by the kind of videos that were being released, by the energy and the attitude of the player, that he was always going to return maybe sooner rather than later. I'm not saying that players are often out with injuries longer than they should be. But I think recovery, if you're working hard, training hard, if you're back in the gym ASAP, you can return. I remember Antonio Valencia at Man United breaking his ankle, and he returned so quickly from it. Harvey Elliott at Liverpool just last season breaks his ankle and returns so quickly to the team. And part of that was age. Part of that is how bad is the break, how bad is the injury. But I do think a lot of it stems from how determined and how hardworking the individual player is to get themselves fully fit, to get themselves in the best condition. Did they spend a 2 or 3 week recovery period sitting on their backside, eating pizza, watching box sets, drinking alcohol maybe? We know some players have done that in the past. Or was it, right, I'm going to be back in the gym straight away, working on different parts of my body, eating even healthier than normal, ensuring that I am fit, ready and raring to go. And this is big, big news for Arsenal. It really is, that he is on his way back. They keep getting scarier. And I know people hate me saying it, but it's true. Arsenal are going nowhere. They've had a brilliant January window, and now Gabriel Jesus is close to a return for Arsenal. This is massive. I wanted to take a look here at what was said on TalkSport by Ali McCoy in relation to the title race with Arsenal. So let's take a look at this. Before we do it, scan that QR code on the screen and come and follow me on my TikTok account. Daily content over there for you, and it's exclusive. You will not see it on YouTube. So get yourself across to TikTok now. Let's have a little listen here to Ali McCoy on TalkSport this morning.
He's a heavy. Yo, Cancelo. Gabi here swap on my side for Munich.
I can't go over that.
Incredible, eh? Right, you've interrupted me.
Sorry.
He had joined the Bavarian, bro.
I don't know what the accent's about, McCoy. We all love Ali McCoy, but I don't know what the accent's all about. I'm a little confused.
Yeah, follow Manchester, Catalonia, and Capo Pep Guardiola. After a leg again,
They're making it sound Italian. Pep's Spanish. I don't know what this is. Pep's Spanish, Cancelo's Portuguese, and he's gone to Germany. And he was in London. He was in Manchester. Why are we doing a Godfather scene here? They're Italian.
A lick.
Godfather has a Guardiola for the first time. Has he got it wrong?
You know what? He's that good. They actually sound Italian. Ali, you're that good at it.
But no one's Italian. No one is Italian.
Well, I think this time he's made a big mistake. You know.
Do you know what's funny? I don't get the Italian. I'm lopping it off. I didn't know they were going to be doing Italian accents. Have I got this wrong? Is somebody in this situation Italian? I don't know. But has Pep Guardiola made a mistake? I want your views and I want your opinions on this. I need to know whether you think Pep Guardiola has made a mistake here. I need to know. Has he weakened his squad? Or is the other side of this true? That there maybe was a problem. Maybe Cancelo is part of the reason they haven't really been clicking. They haven't really been gelling. They haven't really been together in that way. Maybe this makes them even better. But what significance do you think this will have on the title race? I want your views. I want your opinions. I want to know what you're thinking and you are feeling.
United, for me, have looked better, you know, since Ten Hag's come in, and they've done better.
You could sound a little bit more depressed with it, Gabby, a little more depressed.
In the last few months. But when I look at Antony, you know, there's been a lot of big transfers in the Premier League. £86 million for me. I think he's a bluffer. I think when you get to the ball, he doesn't take a player on. He
Oh, no.
hasn't got the speed to take players on. 11 league games, he's got 3 goals, no assists. 4 Carabao Cup games, 1 goal, no assists. 2 FA Cup games, 1 goal, 1 assist. That's 1 assist in all competitions. He doesn't do what Rashford does. Rashford gets...
Hang on a second. Let's just listen to what's being said here. Let's listen to what's being said by Gabby.
11 league games, he's got 3 goals.
3 goals in 11 league games. I don't think is particularly bad for a brand new signing to the Premier League, but okay.
No assists. 4 Carabao Cup games, 1 goal, no assists. 2 FA Cup games, 1 goal, 1 assist.
So like 100% goal contribution record in the FA Cup. You probably should have left that one out, Gabs.
That's 1 assist in all competitions. He doesn't do what Rashford does. Rashford gets the ball direct, takes players on, gets balls into the box. And the big thing for me that you two will agree with is his number of crosses. He's put 1.5 crosses in a game.
Right, let's just stop this now. This is what happens. Media lies. People say to me, Terry, why do you defend Arsenal? Why do you defend Chelsea when the media is saying things? Because I want the credibility to do it when it's Man United. This guy has just done himself. Gabby has just put himself in a spliff. I'll tell you why I've got Salah and Mane on here in a moment, but let's just look at Rashford. Rashford, successful take-ons per game is at 40%. Antony's successful take-ons per game is at 42%. So Antony actually beats more players than Rashford does. Equally, in the Premier League this year, crosses attempted by Rashford, 0.8, and balls into the box, 0.8. Antony, 2 per game. So I'm not suggesting for a second that Antony has been world-class. Rashford's been amazing. But he's just lied. Rashford doesn't take on more players and doesn't get the ball into the box more. This guy's chatting absolute wads. There is a difference. Antony likes to cut in on the inside. Antony doesn't like to go on the outside. We know that, and that's an element of Man United's system that needs to be worked on. But this notion that Rashford crosses the ball into the box loads, he doesn't. It's a lie. And the reason that I put Mane and Salah up onto this board as well is I think there's a similarity with all these players in the sense of none of these individuals are creators. None of these players are creative sparks in teams. They are inside forwards who want to score goals. They are inside forwards that want to manipulate the game in that way. That is why statistically they're also close to each other. When you look at the amount of goals per game, per 90 minutes played that we've got on here, passes attempted, passing accuracy, cross attempts per game. But you know what's really interesting when you look at Antony? He completes more tackles, more interceptions, more clearances, has more ground duel success, attempts more passes, and has a better passing accuracy than all those players. And this is the element of the slander towards Antony that I'm frustrated with. I'm not saying he doesn't need to improve. I'm not saying that he doesn't need to get better. But when you hear professional pundits on the biggest platforms in the world lying, what does he do? He doesn't do anything. There's nothing to his game. I don't understand why he plays. All these other players are better than him. This is nonsense. If he'd have scored 2 or 3 more goals, and he has been close to scoring 2 or 3 more goals in games. Last night, he had a shot that would have been one of the goals of the season. You know, his direct play and goal scoring ability led to Weghorst's first goal in the Carabao Cup semi-final as an example. Man of the match performance at the weekend in the FA Cup. No one is suggesting that he doesn't need to get better, but the lack of time being given to him is crazy. And when you think of Gabby, a proud Brummie, a Villa man, the fact that Grealish is in a better team with a better manager in a more fixed system that's been around now for 7 years, and the geezer has 2 goals all year playing for that team, that's not a focus. But let's just focus on another foreign player in Antony. They're slandering before he's given time to settle in England. For me personally, it's a disgrace. But we know why this is happening. And it's because Man United are on their way back. Man United are becoming a much better team again. And because of it, the media are out in their droves trying to discredit it and play it down. United get to a final, and all you're seeing today on the airways is absolute BS.
Whining. I mean, you're in the Premier League.
Andy Carroll's escaped punishment.
Well, he got sent off, but for a different side, he should have got.
Here's Danny Murphy saying that Ten Hag is moaning and whinging and crying and shouldn't be challenging the officials when it comes to these players getting injured pretty much for the rest of the season. And by the way, it's two players. Donny van der Beek and Eriksen, now both due to bad mistimed challenges, are now out for the rest of the season. Ten Hag was asked a direct question, what do you make of the challenge? And he said, there's no place for this in football. So he wasn't moaning off the cuff. He was asked a direct question by a journalist.
Sent off for that one. But the point is...
For two other challenges.
The point is, Jim, let's give this perspective. We are in a world now, and even when I played, where creative attacking players are protected more than ever.
Absolutely right.
More than ever.
What's that got to do with the question that Ten Hag was posed with? What do you make of the tackle?
Very rarely we see bad injuries from bad tackles.
Man United have had 2 players injured for the season in one season. So you're talking absolute guff, bruv.
Very rare. Not many. Not many. And I think that we're in a good place because of that. I'm not saying...
Danny Murphy and Liverpool fans, when Van Dijk got injured, these men wanted Pickford banned for the season. These guys were writing Van Dijk an obituary. I remember Danny Murphy on air condemning it. Now suddenly, 2 Man United players get out and injured, and we've all got to stop moaning about bad tackles.
We should go back to the old days where people can knock 7 bells out of each other. I'm not saying that. I just don't see why you would come out and whinge about it when it's just a consequence of playing football.
He's not whinging.
Well, he is, because he starts bringing up the elbow.
He's lost
Martinez.
Eriksen for a few weeks because of a reckless challenge
Well,
by
he's lost
Carroll.
him for longer, and he.
Exactly, Danny. He's lost him for longer. But we know what this comes down to, and I've been talking about it all year. Fear. There's a reason that Chelsea are being attacked for spending how they're doing, because when Roman was leaving, there's this narrative that's been created for nearly 20 years that when Roman leaves, Chelsea fall off. The fact that Todd Bowley's come in and they're building a better long-term plan, potentially. They're investing money that no one's ever seen invested. They're building squads in parts of the season where most other managers and clubs have said it's impossible to. They're getting hate. Arsenal returned after over a decade in the doldrums. And rivals are annoyed. So every step they've been played down. And what are we seeing now with Man United? Exactly what I predicted. Exactly what I told you would happen. Everybody's playing it down. Now, of course, you're going to get hypocrisy from some Arsenal fans and from some Chelsea fans who will pile on and do it. Some people live in the world of what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if you attack my club when we're doing well, I'm going to attack other clubs when they're doing well. I'm just different. I'm just about consistency. And the way I see Man United being attacked because we've made a final, the way I see Man United being attacked because we're improving, the way they're picking out a brand new player in the league who hasn't been the best yet. No one's claiming that he is. But the way he keeps Man United's shape, the way he has helped us improve, the way he's been a massive team player, he's doing the basics very well. The goals, maybe some more assists, will come. But the way United are being attacked and slandered is because of one thing and one thing only. Why is the hate back? Because Man United are on their way to returning. It's as simple and it's as straightforward as that. You got to start calling me Notre Dame because I told you this was coming. It's so obvious. I can read the media like I know the back of my hand. I can read them like a book. It's easy. It's easy. I could be Stevie Wonder and see what's coming from them. Listen, hit the like and the share button. People subscribe to the Football Terrace, and we'll see you all again soon. Thank you.